While we were growing our 7-figure pooper scooper business, I personally gave over 10,000 quotes to potential customers and learned a ton along the way. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of my best takeaways to hopefully save you some time and money. Let's get started. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Levi. I'm the co-owner of Poop Scoop and part of the Poop Scoop Millionaire community team. I've given a ton of quotes and a lot of really interesting things have come up. So in this video, I'm gonna go over and cover some important lessons to know, such as who actually uses this service, some of the do's and don'ts when providing quotes, and I'm also gonna share with you the #1 factor to close more deals when giving quotes and actually grow your business. Let's get into it. So who uses this service anyways? Well, honestly, a lot of people can benefit from it. We have seniors that we clean up for, the elderly where it's just impossible for them to get out there. We have busy professionals who work 9 to 5, it gets dark out and they don't want to do it on a Saturday. We have people who have a pregnancy in the household or they just had a child and the husband's working all day and the wife's at home taking care of the kids. And definitely a big portion would be people who just don't want to do the service. We're in a day and age of convenience, right? And people really enjoy the fact that they don't have to do it themselves and they can hire a service like us. Now that we know what type of people use the service, we need to know how to communicate with them. Our customers come through various channels. Perhaps they signed up on the website and they didn't want to talk to anybody. Maybe they called in or they saw us on Facebook and shot us a message. Regardless of any of that, it's vital that your business has a strong system in place that you follow and you also convey that you're a professional company. So whether it's a call, text, or anything else, our onboarding process doesn't change. This way, it's easier to train staff, provide a seamless experience for our customers, and ultimately acquire more customers every day. If you run ads on Facebook, it's really common to get sort of junk leads naturally. So maybe somebody fat-fingered your ad, didn't mean to click on it. Maybe they don't even have a dog. But if you're familiar with the way that we run ads from the Poop Scoop Millionaire community, you'll know that doesn't matter. It's just a part of the business. We pay for impressions, not per lead, so it's not negatively affecting your business. I definitely know it can be frustrating especially somebody new where you're kind of seeing these leads and they're not really leads, but rest assured, just keep a strong mindset, know that we're all going through the same thing and we all get the same results that way. Following up with prospects is also super critical to growing your business. I can't tell you how many times somebody said they talked to the wife or talked to the husband, and then I messaged them later and they said, oh, I thought we signed up already. They've just forgot to get back to us, right? Or another perfect example would be I'm on Facebook, I give them the price, and then they read the message and don't reply, and then we message them like a week later and they said, oh, I'm so sorry, my kids pulled me away to do this or do that. Yeah, we definitely want to sign up for the weekly plan. So the best way that I've found to capture a ton of business is in my office, I have a daily checklist and somebody goes to yesterday's, let's just use Facebook as an example. They'll go back to yesterday's messages on Facebook. If they just didn't reply to any of our questions or we gave them the price and they read the message and just didn't reply back to us, they'll go back and say, hey, just checking in here. Are you still interested in the service? Another example would be on Mondays also. Andrew in my office goes back through the whole week, Monday through Sunday from last week, and does the same thing, re-engages. So the customers are getting multiple touch points. Hey, are you still with me? Or hey, are you still interested in the service? We recapture a ton of business that way. I wouldn't even be surprised if it was a few a month where they just said, oh, so sorry, I thought I replied to this. Yeah, we want to sign up. So making sure that you're following up with your prospects, you have some sort of system in place, whether it's a spreadsheet or you're just going back through Facebook or saving the numbers of people that call your office and actually hitting them up another time is going to make a huge difference on the business too. Now what I'd like to do is I'm going to pull up a call script that we used at Swoop Scoop for over 3 years. It served us extremely well and it was very successful and we got a lot of clients from it. I'm going to share some of my best practices for you. So somebody calls in, it really is like a 4 or 5 step process, super simple. Somebody calls in, says, hey, what do you guys charge? Great, I'm happy to give you a quote. And the first thing we do is we ask our questions. You only need to know a little bit to be able to provide a customer quote. So how many dogs do you have? I know I have 2. Great, what's your zip code or what's your address? We need to find out if they're in the service area, right? And then how long ago did you last fully clean up the yard? So if somebody cleaned a week ago, it's going to be a little bit of a different price than if somebody cleaned 4 months ago, right? So we need to know those 3 pieces of information. After they answer, we'll give them the price. So hey, I'm happy to walk you through our process. We have a bunch of different great options for you, different frequencies. The first time we come out is called an initial cleanup. It costs $100. After that, if you want us out every week, it costs blank. If you want us out every 2 weeks, it costs $80 a month. If you want us out once a month, it costs blank. So you shoot them with the prices as a second step. Which option would you prefer? It's kind of like a soft closer, right? I just assume that they want the service. And then they say, yeah, I want weekly cleanups. The third point is we figure out what their service day is going to be. And then the fourth is we punch them into the actual CRM. And then lastly, we kind of tell them how we bill. So like at Poop Scoop, we require a card to be on file. So we let them know, and then we try to get their card information over the phone. And then after that, it's just kind of closing. Do you have any questions for me as of right now? No. And then I text them a link to our website FAQs. It's like a 2-3 minute read, but it touches on some great stuff about the service if they want to know more in the future, or they can always call us at the office. But anyways, it really is like a 4-step thing. To recap, you give them the quote questions, they answer, you tell them the price, they say, yeah, I want it, or no, let me talk to the husband, let me talk to the wife, give them the service day, get the card on file, and then send them the FAQs. Hopefully that helps. And last but not least, the number one factor to grow your business and close more deals is response time. Nowadays, we have such fast access to information with the internet. When somebody calls in or somebody goes to your website, they want a quote now. They don't want to wait 24, 48 hours for somebody to get back to them. Like, even think about it yourself. When you are trying to find a service like an electrician and you call somebody, you see them on Google, you call them, you probably get a little bit upset when they don't answer the phone, right? You think maybe it's unprofessional, or wow, these guys are so busy, but they can't get back to me, or it takes them forever to get back, right? So response time ultimately is going to be the driving factor of how successful your business is at the highest level. Your conversion rate will be much lower, like you'll close way less customers if you're not as responsive. Like in my office, we have a 2-ring policy. If somebody calls in, they got to answer the phone within 2 rings. And on Facebook, like 30 seconds, because they're scrolling on Facebook, they're just going to go on to the next thing if you don't get back to them fast enough. And a lot of people don't even check their Facebook Messenger, like their personal messenger. I know I don't. So I think ultimately having an excellent response time will definitely determine kind of the future trajectory of your business, because if we're not responsive, if we can't get back to somebody in a timely manner, they're just going to go somewhere else. And then the last piece of advice I guess I have is when you do get a lead coming in, if you just weren't able to tackle it quick enough, maybe you missed it, it was over the weekend, or somebody called like 4 hours ago, we actually prioritize the most recent leads inside of like our phone system or on Facebook, because those are technically the freshest leads, right? Somebody who reached out 3 days ago, they're probably long gone, but somebody who reached out 3 hours ago, we might still be able to capture that business. So anyways, I hope that makes sense. Being able to respond to leads fast and not getting discouraged when junk leads come through, and having a call script in place is very important. But if you're not generating consistent leads, then none of that actually matters, right? That's why we've just made a brand new marketing guide. It's almost an hour long, and we broke down some of our best tips and tricks, best practices on how we were able to get more than 10,000 leads in 4 years for our dog waste removal business. And if you want access to more advanced guides and scripts, feel free to check out the Poop Scoop Millionaire community on School. I'll link the marketing guide down below, but I hope you have a great day.